Recording is on. We are live.
So let's do it again. Let's do it again. So we're here with our wonderful Anna Bear. She is a global visibility catalyst, as well as Access to Experts TV media trainer. She's an international media trainer. And we are here with the beautiful people of St. Martin at Victorious Living's Leadership Summit 2018. Please greet each other.
Hello, St. Martin.
All right. So,
yeah.
This is all yours, and I'm out of the way now, so you to do your thing. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. We're an energetic, amazing group of experts. So happy to be with you. And Nicole and Roy, thank you so much for inviting me to this summit. And it's an honor and a pleasure. So I'm assuming that Nicole did not tell you how we met. So I'm going to give you the backstory and how we got together. It's actually an example of what's possible. It was last November. We were in Cancun at the Global Accelerated Business School. We had experts from all over the globe, from Canada, from New Zealand, from Australia, of course, the US, and Nicole and Roy were representing St. Martin, the beautiful island of St. Martin. And they were just lighting up the room, and what happened was we were on our way to get some supplies because we were going to one of the poverty-stricken areas of Cancun to paint and renovate a school, an elementary school. And while we were sitting in a bus, Nicole told me all about what's happening in St. Martin, the devastation from the hurricane, and their vision for supporting the youth as well as the elderly and making a difference. It's all about victorious living. I had to be a part of it. So we planned it, and we've been in touch since then. And I'm actually planning on coming to St. Martin in right now. It looks like it's going to be August, and looking forward to meeting all of you. So thank you, Nicole and Roy, for being such an amazing power of example of what's possible when we come from our hearts and really want to elevate people, just be a part of people's lives. So it's an honor and a pleasure to be with all of you today, because she's told me how amazing of a group you are. So thank you again for having me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So now my job is to inspire you to go global. Like I'm actually in my home in Los Angeles right now, and I'm coming to you from my studio. This is not a TV studio. It looks like it, my studio, and I'm going to tell you what's possible, for you. You can do what I'm doing right now. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, it's all about why am I doing this? Like, who am I? As you can see on the screen, it's all about the Global Visibility Initiative. I'm the Global Visibility Catalyst. It's about getting everybody on TV, whether you want to be interviewed, whether you want to be on Facebook Live, whether you want to have your own show. It's all about you being able to take the message out there. That's what I do. And you'll find out a little bit more because I'm going to walk you through the process. But just to give you the short story, I've been with Access to Experts, basically founded Access to Experts with my husband, Michael, and about 15 years ago. My background is business growth and marketing, and my husband's background is in television. He's been from directing the 6 o'clock news to working on some of the top infomercial producers with them in New York City to he's an Emmy Award-winning video editor for his work on some children's programs. So he's well-rounded, as well as, another partner of our producer in Los Angeles. She's also a casting agent, working actor herself. So all well-rounded as well in a production industry. The thing about video is you can do so many things. To produce a video, you shoot the video, you create the scripts for it, you create the message and get out there. And that's what I'm going to show you today. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we want you to go global, just like I'm going global with you right now. So I'm going to go full screen to show you what I'm going to be covering today. So it's all about docu-branding. Docu-branding is you showing up as who you are. I'll be talking with you about your gift shift. It's the key to living an abundant and your life on purpose. And of course, I'll be talking with you about the story of you and the purpose of your business. That's what docu-branding is all about, so people know who you are and why they should even do business with you. And of course, we want to open up with the key words you want to use. What to say in the first 3 seconds to grab your viewers' attention and have them wanting more of you. Then I'll talk about you identifying your authentic on-camera style. So you can get started right away with things that you're sharing on Facebook even. Whatever you're doing right now, you can get started today once you identify what is your natural style. Because it's all about you being yourself, your authentic self. And then I'm going to show you how you can set up a home studio just like the one I'm in for under $300. Is that exciting or what? Yeah, so we have a lot to go through and we have very little time. So I'm going to go through this very quickly. Please take notes and I'll be happy to get some information to you as we go. I'll tell you more about it later. So let's go. First and foremost, there is a global network out there and there is a huge, huge shortage of content. Everybody has a web TV networks, even TV stations. They're looking for people to send in the videos that they take from their phone as they come up on the scene. You see it every day, don't you? It's everywhere. So you can literally produce your own video, but how do you do that? Well, I want to show you some stats so you get really excited about it because this is huge. By 2019, over 90% of all consumer online traffic will come from video. This comes from Cisco, and they know what they're talking about. So 90% from traffic. So you better get on video. Oops, going the wrong direction here. Sorry about that. So 64% of all viewers are more likely to buy online after watching a video. I'm guessing most of you do the same thing. Businesses that use video grow revenues 49% faster than those that don't. Video converts. Video works. And I'm going to tell you in a second why. 90% of all internet users say video helps in the decision-making process. And if that's not enough, here's more information to inspire you why you should use Facebook Live. 2 billion people, over 2 billion people are active users of Facebook Live, and 64 billion videos are viewed every single day. So there's a lot going on there. And Facebook Live videos are watched 3 times longer than videos that are not live. So those of you who are hesitant to get live, that's okay, because now there are all kinds of tools where you can do pre-recorded videos, so you can always look your best. And of course, finally, users comment on Facebook Live at the rate of 10 times more than regular videos. So did I give you enough reason to pay very close attention to what I'm about to share with you?
Yes, you are.
I hope so, because here we go. And by the way, the reason video is so powerful, because it's the next best thing to being in person. You can see me, you can feel my emotions, you can see that I'm very excited to be with you. You can see the facial expressions, it's the next best thing. So besides being face-to-face with somebody, video is the most intimate you can get. And that's why it carries all that power, because if we're just using audio, we can't see the facial expressions, and that's a big part of it. We need to look in people's eyes, and the camera is the eyes connecting us, the eyes of the audience, and your eyes going through to the audience. So this is really powerful, and that's why video is it's a must. You can't do without it. So now my question for you, I want you to be very aware as to what it is that you want to focus on as I walk you through this process. Because we are on a crash, this is a fast track version of the training I do, okay? So I'm going to walk you through a lot very quickly, but I want you to focus on what it is that's standing in your way. What's keeping you from using video to the max, as your marketing tool, as your training tool? So just quickly jot down some of the things that are standing in your way. Could it be that maybe you don't know what to say on camera? Maybe you're worried about the way you look and sound on camera. Or you don't know what kind of videos to create. Or maybe you don't even know how to create videos, like what kind of equipment to use. What is that standing in your way? Or maybe you've already created videos, but you haven't been able to monetize your videos. How do you turn your videos into cash? So you can keep going, because it's about to grow your business. That's what it's about, right? So what's standing in your way? And so I can see by a show of hands, how many of you are not using video because you don't know how to create video? You can raise your hands. Okay. How many of you are not using video because of technology? You don't know what to use for videos, for technology? Okay. And how many of you are not really using videos because you don't know how to make money with it to grow your business? Okay, so thank you for that. Now it gives me an idea what to focus on as I'm sharing the information. Because again, this is the next best thing to being in a room with you, and those are the things I would be looking for if I was standing on that stage right there with you. Okay, so what can you use for your web TV show? Okay, so let's see, what can you do? What are some of the things that you're doing already? Well, if you are doing any kind of one-on-one coaching or group coaching call, any kind of training that you're doing with your people, if you're using Skype, if you're using Zoom, anything that you're doing, interacting with people with video or in person, can be turned into your online video. It could be on your online TV show. Okay, evaluations, recommendations of books, products, events. A lot of us, we share on Facebook a book we read, maybe we went to this restaurant, we loved the food, we recommended. We do that on a regular basis. But all you have to do is say, let's say, I love this restaurant. I would give it 3 out of 5 stars or 4 out of 5 stars. Now you're a food critic. You get the idea, right? So anything that you share online can be turned into a segment for a TV show, for your blog. Many, many different ways to use it. If you do webinars, if you do seminars, if you do any kind of training sessions, that can be turned into your TV show. Social media posts and blogs and articles, all of that could be turned into a TV show. Think Dr. Phil. He was in his office doing the same thing he's doing right now, working with people, making suggestions on how they can make their lives better. Oprah put cameras in front of him. Now it's a TV show. And think Dr. Oz. All he does is talk about different products, different, food groups, and, he's just sharing information. He's always talking about supplements and things we can do. So he's doing the same thing as he would as a doctor. Put cameras in front of him, it's a TV show. So how many of you have already figured out some things that you're already doing? If I showed you how to turn it into formatted for a TV show, you could do this. Show of hands? Okay, so we have some more work to do, don't we? Okay, I'm going to keep asking you because we want all the hands to go up by the time I'm done. Now, the thing that I also want to share with you is different things some of our students have already done to different ways they have used what I'm teaching. So maybe some of this will resonate with you. And I will share with you, let's go full screen again. So Diane Wilkins, she's a coach out of New Zealand. So once she learned how to do interviews and interview people, just creating content, she started interviewing some of her clients and some of the people that she wanted to have as clients, some people she wanted to work with. And she asked each one of them to chip in and, you know, give her $200 a month, and, you know, just she would interview them and give them the video. And right away, she got 10 people to say yes. So 2 weeks after learning what I'm teaching you, basically a little bit more, if she came to the in-person training, she was making $2,000 already in the bank 2 weeks after. Then she decided she wanted to have a little bit more to market with. She went back to each one and said, hey, why don't we all chip in a little bit more money? Let's all chip in $400 a month, and I will start promoting all of us. Everybody was very happy. So the second month, as you can see on the testimonial, she was making $4,000 just by interviewing people and giving them the video. Now, how many of you can see this is doable? Not many hands are going up. Okay, you're still thinking about it. But anyway, she has a plan put in place. So if you want to interview people, you can easily do it that way. And Midori Verity, she was just, as you can see, she's in her office, and she was talking with another person. They're both in relationship. They're relationship coaches. So they were talking and sharing about relationships and how people, you know, can have better relationships. And they were one of the VPs of Paramount saw them sharing this information and offered to have them in their Paramount shows. So TV producers and other network TV hosts, like I'm looking for guest experts, and Nicole and Roy are always looking for guest experts. So once you get out there, people who are looking for people to interview, for people to showcase, we're all looking for that. And we have also Kyriakis, who wanted to be interviewed on network television. So if you know how to be interviewed, again, people are looking for experts to interview. Now, whether you want to just, you know, create your own Facebook Live post, or you want to do your blog post, or you want to have your own show, it all starts with what I'm about to show you right now. So I wanted to share this with you because I wanted you to know that there are possibilities in front of you. You can do anything you want, really, across the globe, because video, TV, I'm going across country over here, reaching you in St. Martin. And with some proper tools, you can look professional, you can add value, and people will get to know you, and they will want to do business with you. So now let's just get on into training. So the first thing you want to do is keep in mind, why would you want to do video in the first place? What is it that you're looking for? What do you want? And the first thing is that, and by the way, as I'm giving you examples, write down if this applies to you, if this is something you want, because for the rest of the time, you're going to actually be using that example, whatever it is that you want to keep your focus on, to create the rest of what I'm going to be teaching you. So if you want bigger clients, or if you want clients, if maybe some of you want to speak on different stages, you know, because I know there's a lot of information that's being shared. Maybe some of you want to be presenting on the stage where you are next year. So if you want to speak on stages, or maybe there is a book that you want to write, and if you already have a book, maybe you want to take it to bestseller, or maybe you want to have training events like the one you're at right now. Events are amazing about, you know, for teaching people and elevating people's expertise. So maybe you want to do your own events, or maybe you want to have product launches. You know, product launches are when you start creating a program, online program, or a specific product, and you want to start telling people about it in a particular time frame. And you've been watching Nicole and Roy build the momentum for this amazing event you are at. They've been working on this diligently for the past months, for the past year, but I've been seeing them in action in a heavy, very purposeful action the last 3 months, you know, very closely. And maybe you just want to make a bigger impact. I know that that's one of the things that, you know, Nicole and Roy are doing. You know, it's helping the community, revive the community, and doing good is a great way to grow your business. So I want you to know that regardless of what that is, Web TV can do that for you. You can utilize Web TV and get out there, be interviewed, interview others, share your knowledge. So whatever your purpose is, whatever you have circled, maybe you circled 3 or 4 or 5, or maybe you circled all of them, but I want you to pick one thing, just one of the most important ones, out of the examples I gave you, and just pick that one thing and work on that for the rest of the time we are there. So let's get started. Okay, the very first thing is your gift shift. This is the key to you living in an abundant lifestyle. This is the key to you living your life on purpose. And how does that work? Well, the gift shift, my belief, and I've been testing this for many, many years, believe me, we are all blessed with some amazing gifts. And some of those gifts are, they're more service-oriented than others. And I believe there is one particular gift that when we choose, that one is meant to sustain us and give us an abundant lifestyle and serve others at the same time. So I'm going to walk you through a quick exercise so you're able to decide how you know which one of your gifts is the one to go with. We all get ideas. We all have these visions of all these things we can do. I know I get a lot of ideas all the time. I had so many possibilities. So we have these visions. And so when you get a strong vision and then you say, well, let me see what happens next. Then you have to have faith in that vision that it's going to work. So some of the ideas that we get, we don't follow through because, no, I don't think it's a good one. Oh, no, maybe I don't want to do it. So many things kind of fade away. But there are a couple of them that will actually stay with us. So you have to believe that vision will work. Then we go into, you have to take action. You have to take inspired right action. It's not just running around in circles. It's having a plan where how you're going to get there. So if you get in your car and you want to go to a destination, you want to go to a store, you want to go someplace maybe you've never been, you turn in your GPS and it tells you exactly how to get there. Turn by turn. You need a plan. How are you going to get there? And you must take the right actions to get there. And then how do you know you're in your gift? How do you know you're utilizing your gift? But you look at the results. Because when you're making your plan, you want to take a look at the impact you want to have on other people's lives. Remember that our gifts are meant to be of service to others. We live an abundant life by being in service to others. So impact is very important. Whereas the other part of it are the profit. So when impact and profit are working together, that's when we know we're in our gift shift. So let me give you an example of that. So let's say I decide I want to impact 500 people's lives and I want to make $50,000. So sometimes what we do, we're so focused on impacting the 500 lives, then, we just go and work in that, help people, but then we forget to make the money, or sometimes we just focused on making the money and then we forget that, we're not impacting as many lives. So when I'm looking at the lives I've impacted, so let's say, I want to impact 500 lives, I'd look, oh, okay, I'm in touch with 500 people, and now look at how much money I've made. I've made $50,000, let's say. Good. Now I'm fully on purpose. I'm living in my gift shift. That means I am doing what I'm meant to do, serving the people I want to serve intentionally, and making a difference in their lives, as well as living an abundant life myself. Is this exciting? Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what's possible when we are true to ourselves. So now I want to invite you, just take a couple of minutes. I'm going to ask you some questions. I want you to write it down. If you can just take a deep breath, everybody, just take a deep breath and get centered. Be present, because the questions I'm going to ask you is going to give you the guidance. It's going to give you the fuel you need to push through anything that's standing in your way to live on purpose. Okay, so the first question is, what will happen when thousands or even millions of people know who you are? Remember, this is global. This is global. You're going across the globe. You're supporting people across the globe. So what will happen when thousands of people know who you are? What will happen when they know how brilliant you are? What will happen when they know how much you care? What will happen? Okay. What will be the impact on their lives when they know that you have the solution they've been looking for? Remember, we all have needs, whether we need clothes or food or inspiration. We are all looking for somebody to get that from. And most of the time, we don't know where the answer is. We don't know where it is. We're always searching. And think about what happens when we find that particular thing we're looking for. When we find that perfect dress, or when we find that perfect idea, the person we're looking for, think of that feeling. How will they feel? What will be the impact on their lives when they know that you are the one who has the solution they've been looking for? How will their lives change? What will be the impact you have on their lives? What will be the impact on your life? How will that change your life? How will you feel when you know that you're making this impact on people's lives and changing people's lives in a way only you can because of your unique gift? How will that help you in living the life that you're meant to live? How is that going to change your life? What is the house you're going to be living in? Or what will you be doing with your children? How will you be helping other family members? How will you be helping the community? What will you do when you have more time and more money, when you don't have to think about you don't have enough time, you don't have enough money? What will be the impact on your life? And what would be the impact on the lives of the people you love, your loved ones? How will they feel? What are some of the things they will be getting? How will they feel when you're spending more time with them? What will they be getting? Okay, pens down. I see a hand being raised. Does everybody have their inspiration in place? Okay, so we're going to get back into action. Ready? All right. So now that we know what it is that we're doing, our gift ship, what are we going to focus on? That's how we're supposed to move forward. Well, the next step is, how are people going to know? You need to tell them. Docu-branding is your story. Docu-branding is the story of you and the purpose of your business. It's you explaining it in a way where people know who you are and why you care. So how will people know, like, and trust you? Because if we're going to let someone guide us, if we're going to choose a product or service, we have to like and trust that person. Well, to do that, they say know, like, and trust. Well, how will people know you? How will people know that you even have what they're looking for? Well, you have to tell them. Going global. When they see you, they will know. When they hear your message, they will know. Well, how will they like you? Well, they're going to like you if they know why you're passionate about what you do. If they get to know you, if they understand why your gifts are so special, what is it that you want to do, they will get to like you. How will they trust you? If you're sharing some of your brilliance with them and it's impacting their lives. I'm in the process of doing that with you. I'm sharing my passion with you. I'm sharing some of my knowledge with you. I'm in that process of getting to know you. That's why I'm asking questions about what's important to you, because I want to know what's important to you. I want to know some of the things you're focused on. Even though I am thousands of miles away from you, I can still connect with you, and I can still share information with you. This is the process. So then to do that, we have to go take a look at who we are. We have to share things about us. You know, as the quote goes, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So your job is to let people know why you're good at what you do. Why is that gift special? What is your unique gift? And so I'll share briefly something about me. Okay, as you know, you have to take a look back, you know, as children. Some of the things that we do now, the gifts that we have, are the gifts we were born with. So it's been with us our entire life. So all we have to do is look back through our life and say, oh my goodness, that's right. I was doing those. So I'll share something about myself with you. I was at 9 years old. I was actually producing plays. It would be mostly fairy tales and things like that. I was directing 12-year-olds as a 9-year-old. I mean, not many 12-year-olds listen to a 9-year-old, but they were listening to me. I was making costumes out of paper, crepe paper. Well, fast forward, grown up, I was actually in the apparel manufacturing industry. I was setting up quality, quality assurance systems across the globe, mostly in developing countries. So I was doing that as a child, making clothes and got in that industry. And directing, I'm doing that right now. I'm teaching people how to show up and how to share their brilliance, right? And then at 16, my very first job was as a telemarketer. I was calling people and selling them a newspaper. That particular newspaper was the Boston Herald American, and in those days we had the Jerry Lewis Muscular Dystrophy Telethon, you know, the entire weekend, and proceeds from this newspaper would go for the kids. So today, I'm all about making a difference. I'm all about connecting with people and doing we have the Global Difference Maker show going on. It's all about making a difference. And I work with people. Everybody I work with, there is a do-good component to them. They have to in some way impact. It's not just about making money. It's about making a difference in people's lives. So as I'm sharing these two stories with you, can you see that I'm in my natural gift and I'm passionate about what I do? Because that's the blessing I was born with.
So, Anne,
yes,
we are short on time. I'd like to get some interaction from you.
I'm having a challenge understanding, hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, better, thank you.
Yes, we only have about 10 minutes left with this session because we have one more session to go.
We have 10 minutes.
Yes, can you imagine? Time has gone so quickly.
Yeah, but we haven't been on that long. Okay. So let's get to story.
What time is it?
That's okay. So what I'm going to invite all of you to do is start writing down some of the things that you know about yourself. You know, under 10 years old, what are some of the things you were doing? What did people tell you? You know, how were you doing them? And what are some of the things you heard? You know, so write down some of the stories, things you were doing with your parents, friends, you know, start writing down some stories. And age 10 to 20, what were some of the things you were doing? What are some of the hobbies? You know, sports. What were you doing? What was your first job? And then age 20 and over, what are some of the things you've done? Those are the stories you're going to be using in your docu-branding. Okay, so now, part 3, what will you say in the first 3 seconds to grab people's attentions? Okay, so this is, you know, it's about the message. Every message has 3 parts. The hook to grab people's attention, the body to build trust, educate and build trust, and call to action to get the results that you're looking for. So if you're looking to impact people's lives, you're looking to make money, whatever it is, you want them to go to your website, there is an intention for every message. So the hook to grab people's attention, you have 3 to 5 seconds to grab people's attention immediately. And so one of the things that you need to do, I'm going to give you an example, okay? Think about your ideal clients. What do they say most often? You know, so a chiropractor might hear people say, I'm in constant pain. So all you have to do is say, are you sick and tired of being in constant pain? I have the solution. I was in constant pain until I tried this, okay? Or maybe a business consultant or a financial planner may hear people say, all I ever do is, is work and I'm still broke. So the question would be, have you been thinking, all I ever do is work and I'm still broke? There's got to be a better way. Well, there is, So then you continue with the message. So think about what people are thinking when they're thinking about something that is relevant to you. So it's most of the time, I want to change, put in whatever it is, I want to change the way I look, but I don't know how. Then you go, do you find yourself saying? So these are things that you hear all the time on television. So pay attention and you get a lot of ideas. So now the important part, your authentic on-camera style. So how do you connect with your people in a deep emotional level? Well, you have to be in your natural self. So if you're an outgoing person, always liking to ask questions, you go to a lot of events, maybe start going out to interview people. You go to trade shows, go ask questions about it. If you do it automatically, start putting it on camera. That's the reporter personality. Or maybe you're more reserved and you're online and you're sharing information, and you're talking about other people and you're giving evaluations like I was sharing with you earlier. That's the journalist, that's the commentator and critic. So think of yourself as a commentator or critic. And if all you have to do is just get in front of somebody, if they ask a question, you share a lot of your talents, a lot of your knowledge. You could be the perfect guest expert. And I'm guessing that you're all three of them already. You put them all together, you could be the show host. So if you like to do this on an ongoing basis, you can put different segments together and could be a show host. How do you do that? Well, I don't have enough time to teach you all of that right now, but I'm going to give you some hints as to where and how to learn more about it. So if you want to ask questions like a TV reporter, watch the TV reporters when you're watching TV. How are they asking questions? How are they listening? Or if you want to know how to be a journalist, the critic or the commentator, watch TV. What are some of your favorite commentators saying or doing? How are they doing it? It's a great place to do research. And sharing your knowledge like the experts on TV. Go watch the experts on TV. Their experts are being interviewed every day, whether it's on TV shows, news shows, talk shows. Experts are being interviewed every day. How are they presenting their message? So look at that and make notes of what you like. And of course, if you want to interview like the show hosts, your favorite show hosts, watch your favorite show hosts. Everybody talks about Oprah because she's fabulous, because she asks questions like a reporter, and she shares her comments like a journalist, and she's interviewed like an expert host, expert guest. And of course, she is the most amazing show host. So you see, these are things that we do every day. You just have to focus on it and doing it on intention. And finally, I promised you that I would share with you what I'm doing, how I'm doing. Well, you have seen me, go through different segments. First I was there full on with you. And guess what? I'm sitting in front of a green screen, and I can easily go from, go from the studio into my living room, or we can go into a different room. Okay, and this is all done with technology, and let me share with you what it is that I'm using. What is it that you need? So I'm going to go full screen over here. So your home studio, under $300. You just need a webcam. This is a Logitech webcam that you can easily get for about $100. And you just need some lights. Lights are very, very important. You need to have them in front of you on both sides. And you need a green screen if you want to do what I'm doing, but you don't necessarily have to have the green screen. And the software that I'm using is called XSplit. So all of this put together, you can have it for under $300 because the lights are about $70. This is about $80, $60, depending on what you get. And XSplit is a software that I don't really have anything to do with except I like using it. And you can get that for about $59 for the year. So with what I'm sharing with you, you can do what I'm doing and make a huge difference. Now, if you're interested in finding out more about, what we're doing, how we're doing, I'm looking to be in St. Martin in August sometime, and we haven't finalized the date. But if you're interested in doing this, you can actually get access to the training of this online, and because my time is very limited right now, so you can go to lightscamerainterview.com. If you go to lightscamerainterview.com, the one-day intensive, along with this, it's only $197. So if enough of you would like to have me there, and Nicole will also be training, would love to see you in person, or would love to see you, to continue the education online as well. So Nicole, how are we doing with time?
Well, I would like them to ask you some questions since they've heard a lot.
Oh, so now we have time. Okay, that's wonderful. Let's take some questions.
Just tell me the time now. What time is it?
It's a point.
Okay, so we have about 5 minutes of questions. So you can give me the first question. Anybody? How many TV anchors and reporters and
Okay, yeah, don't get them.
Is there any other software besides XSplit that would you recommend?
I'm going to need you to repeat, Nicole, I need you to repeat the question because there's a lot of echo in the room.
Okay, we would like to know if there is another software apart from XSplit that you would like to recommend.
There are a lot of other softwares. No, I will not recommend without knowing your skill sets, but I can tell you that for what it does and for what it costs, this is the one. If you're a techie, please do a research online because Mac has different software than others. So let's just leave it at that. It's not something I want to get into right now.
Okay, yes, he is a techie. He's one of our techies from White today.
Oh, we'll have a separate conversation then.
Here's another question there. Who's it? Okay.
Nicole, I need you to repeat that again.
No, there's another question. It's coming right now.
Yes, everybody hears that one. Yes, I would like to know what are your what advice do you give to become making videos? How can I get companies to pay for these videos that I'm producing? Is I can produce for free or the goal is to get paid for the videos that I'm producing, correct?
Did you hear Anne?
No, I did not. I need you to repeat, Nicole, please.
So what he's asking, he says he produces videos, but he would like to know how he can get paid for it and not have to do it for free.
He would like to know how to do what?
How to be paid for the videos and not have to do it for free.
Oh, well, you can offer the services. Actually, a lot of my people are looking for videos, so we can have a separate conversation with Nicole later. There is a whole mechanism. When you create videos, you have to have a plan as to how you're going to monetize it. The video itself is not the monetization sometimes. It's what you're talking about in the video, about a particular program or product or service. So the video you create, you could be telling people about video creation services. It could be about different products or services. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
He said yes.
Okay.
All right, one more question and then we wrap up. Yeah.
Hi, Anne. What I would like to know is it important in doing these branded videos to to have that story resonate across social media? Should I be telling the same story on my Instagram or on my Instagram page or my Facebook page? Is it necessary for me to have this story, the message that you make to support?
Nicole, repeat, please.
She would like to know if it's important to have consistency across the social media with whatever I'm stating.
Yes, it is very important. And if you stay in the way I've outlined it for you, talking about the things that are important to you and sharing about how people will benefit with the information you're sharing, then you will stay consistent. Because you have to remember that people are not listening to everything we say, every video we put, every post we put. So they're not going to watch everything that we put out there or read everything we put out there. So if you have the consistent message from across all the different platforms, who you are is who you are, then no matter where they find you, which platform, which message, it's all going to lead them to you. And yeah, it's very, very important. Otherwise, if it's fragmented, if it's not consistent, it can be very confusing for people as to what it is that you're actually doing. And you have to remember that it really takes, they say 7, or the studies are showing 17, but let's put it this way. It takes people more interactions with you to be able to know, like, and trust you. So consistency is very important.
All right. So please give Anne a round of applause.
Thank you, everybody, for having me, and thank you, Nicole and Roy, for having me. And have an amazing. I'm sure it's already amazing. Have a fabulous day for the rest of what is coming your way.
Don't go yet. Don't go yet. I want us to do one more thing. I would like everybody to come to the stage, and we're going to take a picture. I'm going to ask Camila if she can do a Facebook Live that's just saying hi. Yeah, I know you're going to do a Facebook Live. No? Oh, you don't use Facebook? Who's a Facebook? You raise your hand?
So,
okay,
so wait, you're gonna bring oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Get everybody in front of the big screen. Let's take a picture with everybody. That's a good idea. Come on.
Can you do the Facebook Live? Who does Facebook Live? Okay, but we won't do Facebook. We'll just
Nicole, can we have everybody? Excuse me.
Give me the direction.
Yeah, can we have everybody like standing in front of me so I'm behind everybody? Okay,
so which direction we need to be again?
Well, have everybody with their backs to me, with me on the screen.
You need to be this way. And she should be in the picture.
Please come out to the projector light.
Come out to the projector light. Yeah. You're in the projector light. So someone. Is it gonna work? Let's see.
So everyone over by the We're all over the
Yes. All right. No, but she needs to be seen. She needs to be seen. Yeah. Okay. Are we getting it? Everybody? Down a bit. All right. All right. You got her? Are we gonna wave and we gonna say? Yeah! Leadership Summit 2018.
I love it. That was fabulous. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, everybody.
You can just take a quick break before we come back. Just 5 minutes and we'll be back. Thank you, Anne.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Miss Anne, will you come on to St. Martin?
Say that again?
When are you coming to St. Martin?
In August.
Yeah? Yeah. When are you coming to St. Martin? Like, August?
August, yes.
That's Erwin, one of our Y2Xers that you spoke to.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I couldn't see the face. Okay. Okay.
Take care, dear.
All right.
We're gone. Remember to end the recording.
Recording is ended.